Welcome to the Carnival realm. As many of you know, Ephesians 6:12 is the foundation for many of my videos because I talk about the existence of entities and spiritual wickedness in high places. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." For today's video, we are going to be focusing on that last word, on the last words of this verse. Spiritual wickedness in high places. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the high places. Now, what does this verse mean when it says that spiritual wickedness exists in high places? What are the high places? Or in some other translations, it refers to these places as the heavenly places. So I believe the high places that this verse is talking about is referring to other dimensions where wicked spirits live. And one of the ways people often get glimpses into these other worlds is messing with the devil's devices, specifically certain powerful mind-expanding drugs, or what the Bible calls it, sorcery. The Bible forbids partaking in mind-expanding substances. It calls it sorcery because it opens you up to the influence of wicked spirits. And today we're going to be discussing the DMT Carnival. In the late 90s, Rick Strassman did a study on the effects of the DMT compound, and he detailed the study in his book, DMT, the Spirit Molecule. When participants took this powerful psychedelic, many of them claimed that they ended up in the circle or carnival-themed-like dimension. Full of strange, bizarre-looking entities, some of them described them as clowns, jesters, jokers, and imps, and many other creatures and entities. So yeah, many people who have taken this powerful psychedelic who have happened to break through, they describe blasting off into this other dimension, and the common theme of this other dimension always happens to be the same time and time again. From all the experiences of people who have messed with DMT, many of them describe that this other dimension looks like a carnival, circus, or fair-like place, full of bizarre-looking creatures. Some people have encountered the trickster jester entities, or the clown entities that I've been talking about. Many have encountered imps, these demonic-looking beings, and gremlin-like creatures, and many people have also happened to encounter very strange mantis-face-like creatures and these interdimensional bizarre-looking bugs. Often people get visions of bugs as well. Many people also report seeing alien greys. Common thing that I've heard people seeing is something known as the purple lady.
Because there's nothing like it in this world. And so I was in there and I was looking around and I looked over and there was this purple entity that was a lady. And she came out of nowhere and she turned into a fractal of infinite stuff. Like, she just kept showing me, like, you know, here's a suitcase, here's like a piece of like toilet paper or what. Like, it didn't matter. It was just saying, look, I'm making all of this. And it said, you can do this too. And you're trying to evolve to become us one day. And that freaked me out.
Another interesting thing to mention is a few months ago when I interviewed the psychotherapist that believes in demons, we are talking about entities, and he says there are many different kinds of entities. He refers to them as energetic beings. If your patients ever told you the same thing, that they see these similar type of entities?
Now, what they report to me the most, both the schizophrenics and the meth users, were shadow people. They're three-dimensional shadows that can walk through walls. They appear they're darker than the rest of the room. They hardly ever speak, and if they can see their eyes, they're in worse shape. I would even use that as a diagnostic tool. If they saw their eyes were either lime green or red, not good colors. You know, but I never heard them hurt anybody. They would scare people half to death, you know, but they would never hurt anybody. But then, you know, that's one class of energetic being, and the Native Americans used to call them the Watchers.
So there's multiple. But yeah, on this powerful psychedelic and other psychedelics, many of these strange-looking entities are often seen, and it's not just one kind. It's not just the jester clown types, but people see all kinds of bizarre-looking entities. And often in this dimension, people often see the checkerboard pattern that I've talked about a lot, or the zigzag Twin Peaks-like pattern all over the place, or the black and white stripes. And many people who have encountered the clowns and jesters often say that they are very trickster-like spirits. They will mock you, laugh at you, they just want to cause pure chaos and feed off this chaos. But this carnival, circus, fair-like dimension in the DMT realm reminds me of the movie Monkey Bone. So I'm going to read to you a basic plot of the movie. Stu Miley is a cartoonist who created a comic strip called Monkey Bone, which features the rascal monkey of the same name. Stu was in love with a sleep institute worker named Dr. Julie. When it came to the night where he was going to propose to her, a freak accident happens and Stu falls into a coma. His spirit ends up in downtown, a purgatory limbo-like existence between life and death. Downtown is a carnival landscape populated by other mythical creatures and other figments, and this is where nightmares are entertainment. This is also where Monkey Bone comes to life and stirs up trouble for Stu. And the owner of this carnival theme-like place is known as Hypnos, the god of sleep, portrayed by this mythical-looking devilish being, with of course a black and white outfit. But Monkey Bone and Hypnos have their own agenda with Stu's body when it comes to making nightmares. So Monkey Bone is a possessing spirit that takes over Stu's body. And the personality of Monkey Bone, the way he acts and how chaotic he is, literally reminds me of Beetlejuice, that trickster spirit from the movie Beetlejuice. And of course there's a scene of Monkey Bone wearing the black and white outfit. Anytime there's a movie or a show about another dimension or the afterlife, you always see the black and white pattern. In fact, there's a new show recently being made, literally called Little Demon. The creator of that show is also the creator of the show Rick and Morty. It's basically about a high school girl who finds out she's the Antichrist because her mom had an affair with the devil. What's really interesting is there's a scene that literally aligns with the videos I've been making. And there's a scene where the girl and some other creatures walk into another dimension. And of course, on the floor, you see a strip of zigzag patterns, just like the zigzag pattern found on the floor of the interdimensional space in the show Twin Peaks. So yeah, interesting stuff. There's even a scene in Monkey Bone where they're in jail, and the jail cell literally looks like a clown. So yeah, when the Bible says that we are battling spiritual wickedness in high places, that's not being metaphorical. That's not a metaphor for evil. It's being very literal. Spiritual wickedness as in real wicked spirits, real, non-physical, invisible beings. But yeah guys, I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Please comment your honest thoughts, what you think about all this. Does the spiritual realm truly exist? But I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much, and we are out.